the player with different accolades. I'm a maestro. I'm a wizard. I'm polo to polo. I'm wonder boy. I'm player extraordinaire. I'm scientist footballer. Different accolades. And you are in the country. I became a coach from showing to the whole Ghana public that this man, after football, he will become a coach because I became a coach player.
And quale Sunday, Mafia clock. Where Danike? Mafia clock egali, Nibaposto, when Yafuni Teneke Boboli, Yafuno Fiu Nika, Bobon Waji.
Chikokwe no nuaka ke ni negbe shemofio kwe by miniba.
Oh, Meshe Bay, I can hear Yake into machine bami, or local fee. Oh, local back, my name into machine.
Ma often bo and tower lager or you.
Oh, look, fine. And I was on get shift of Lengeko. A year won't know me, will expect you fine. Nintel 7 is J. No go by here fine. She may go make a poison. One tree but for few she me.
Coaching is putting your thinking into action. That is what coaching is about. Now, I study them, I show them, I revisited the match they played against us. Then I saw that we gave them enough space to operate because they are full of techniques. The boys, the 14, 20, 10, 8, 12. Very with the ball when you give them space. So we try something called tracking and getting free. Track them, get free and play. So we deny them the space for them to maneuver.
In terms of power play, it's zilch. If you watch our game against Mali, the young man was running away from taking the ball. He didn't want it. Give me away. He was practically running away. He was running away when we were being marooned and we were under attack from the Malians, and he had the opportunity of staking a claim in the team. Anytime an attempt was made to him with the ball, with the pass,
he's running away.
He's running away, leaving the ball,
hiding
behind the opponent. This whole Telemundo, it's like it's something that sometimes
for the uninitiated, Telemundo is a channel that shows telenovelas.
Yes.
So this is like a soap opera.
It's like a soap opera. This clearly is a soap opera. It's winding down. So let's call Extremadura man from Extremadura man. Boga. When the boy is coming to the player, he's running away. You know what's the game?
It's that time of the night. Benjamin Nketsia here, Sports Panorama.
We are live. Charlie, my chair soft rough. When they bring this chair. Oh, Charlie. Charlie, the chair good. Oh. Charlie, Nathan, the chair good. Charlie. No, the chair be nice. Show proudly brought to us by Bell Beverages. Puka, to be specific. Charlie, just pass the provision shops and pick your Puka, Charlie. The ginseng and herbs there, you know already. Herbal soft drink with ginseng extract, dear. For insist on Bell Puka. For a proper African recharge. Game Park. Yeah, Charlie. Chop some cash. Opportunity to chop cash. What does wealth mean to you? Do you want to live like a tycoon? Remember who's got the mullah's got the power. Ghana's new lottery game draws live on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick up your phones, tablets, and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store, and you can also play on the website at www.gameparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie, make we play this game and make some cash. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Park Games, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lotteries Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. A lot going on this week. General Secretary for the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison-Ado, has confirmed that the GFA presidency will be a 2-horse race. Kurt Edwin Simon Okreku and George Afriye, aka This Is Not Time for Matrai Makwe. He's back to contest the seat again. Accra Hearts of Oak, they have been saying a lot of things lately. Togbi Apede says that Pobiman is doing well. A 25 capacity stadium is next in the works. They have a new head coach as well. Martin Koopman is the new Accra Hearts of Oak head coach. We'll be giving you a little bit of his history, where he's come from and how he has arrived with the Phobian club. And then we'll talk about some CAF and Confed Cup games as well, because Mediama Sporting Club, they have a game on Sunday at the Cape Coast Stadium. There's also Dreams FC. Dreams FC are in Conakry for their CAF Confed Cup game. We'll talk about that as well. And then on the Donkomi side, Romeo Lavia has landed Liverpool after the outcry, after all the merry-go-round, have signed Japanese veteran DM Wataru Endo. Man United too say that they are extending a contract to Johnny Evans. So we'll talk about all of that on the show. And then big games this weekend. There's Manchester City, Newcastle. I'm excited for that one. So a lot to chew on as far as the show is concerned. The gentlemen are in the studio. Nathan Kwao is here. Evans Ofotsu, Manso Petiti is seated. Adjei-Mintah is here. And then, of course, the name, no, we have to remove it because the takeover is not happening again. The takeover won't happen again. Sheikh Altani Mubarak. Charlie, the effects of the name is wearing off. Because the takeover is not happening. That's what will happen.
No, the takeover is not happening.
Oh.
Sima Jolly Padie. Come on, no.
Pray on him. Pray on him right now. Put him under. Put him under God's charge or God's destiny.
Oh, Jehovah Zebaoth.
Thank you.
When I saw a Nima, so a Nama, so a Cogbele, a Cho Mancheila, but oh, when I went Daniel, you watch it down, boy. What Daniel, he hears fair, your body. He hears dangerous weather. You are your bam here. Weather. No weather.
Oh, why are some?
Let me go and walk a quick cheese and I attaching it sinky. Hey, can go and sink in the but pee. That one get job by you pee. All night long. Oh, you are.
Yeah, all night long.
You are party naturally. I've run grease at you now. Yes, min lale. O lale ni o ke pa me wala wo ke yes na kala le eko ahwe padi ne no. Padi ne small ni ihe jo.
Simanjole.
Ni jele mi mo fa mo ni small ni he ajo mi. Min ke mi sister na nabon. Wo me ni wo support man you ne tan kwa me. Wo ke yesu la hwe. Wo ke yesu la hwe avran grace ajo atole yo wa ne ya e no ya jo we ya ne ja. No, I know Shale. Shale, we been a charm. Fire. I want to Simon Dollar so ganye. What Simon Dollar Yata Caesars, ni my phone. I can't try it. Near Doma Kalashi.
Fire.
By Naton.
Fire.
Oh, Hake is George K. Kate round 2. You hope Belevachi. Obey. What men was here, boy, you are about Joey dark. Ya ka wole ake beba she nke bele she oba ji ogbe ayi because onutumo oba atu ogbe mi e kunim yeli no ke ya media market dreams fc mi na mbafi ogba na e wo ba kwe ket ke no fe no ejaje o akwa ka ejaje lo amrabat oba ba lo ba many grace I feel me ne you are no feel no bia na she no feel no wo day in cannot feel no wo day in cannot feel no wo day be no small ne bale han ye yesu ba me amen
send the word that now send the word that now slow motion, me catch up body lotion. I didn't anymore, no push.
No, coach's moves are dangerous. Very dangerous moves.
Say hear me pay yo. Shy hear me. They talk quality.
You know me, I know you better. We take a cross slow motion.
Charlie, when I serious. Let's talk about Ghana football and let's talk about that presidency. We've been dancing around it for a minute. It looks like it is almost at our doorstep. September, 27?
Yeah.
Yes, that's when we will have this election. So it's been confirmed that it will be a two-horse race. I am rather surprised that more individuals have not put their name forward to contest the presidency. I don't know if it is a lack of funds. I don't know if it is because this FA has done so well that they think that they don't need to contest the presidency. But Pichichi, what could have, account for this? You would think that based on all the outcry, based on the Ghana football is not going forward, more people would have put their names forward to lead the football in the nation.
Well, exactly, Ben. And let me start a conversation from this angle. I was very surprised when I heard the official number of the presidential aspirants, just 2. Because on this big platform, we had one gentleman confirm that he was about to contest. I'm talking about the former Western Regional Football Association chairman.
He came to waste everybody's
Kodo
time.
Yanka on this same platform. Remember that interview? So I thought, okay, if he had declared his intention, then he had a clear plan. Fast forward, when the GFA at the Congress agreed that they're going to take 50,000 Ghana cedis as the nomination fee, and I was like, hold on. Anyone who wants to contest now will have to cough out this amount. And unlike the 2019 edition where the money was just 5,000, so we had 6 candidates. This time around, people will have to think second, third, or 4 times before they cough out that amount, because you must be extra confident that you have a chance before taking up this 50,000 Ghana cedi nomination fee, because I feel that for the football stakeholders, if the money was a little lower, Ben would have seen lots of candidates. That's how I feel. If the money was a little lower.
So you think this is a gatekeeping move by the incumbents?
Absolutely. The moment the figure was taken to 50,000 Ghana cedi, then I knew most people would drop out. Because, outside of football, we may think, 50,000 Ghana cedi.
But I mean, if you want to contest
amount.
these things, you need to find sponsors, no?
Exactly. And I'm sure that for those of the aspirants who were thinking, let me just go and test the platform and see if I can win. Those who were not 100% sure of their stance, the moment they heard the figure, they all backed down. Because they knew that, why would I invest this amount when I know that I'm not going to have any chance? I think last 4 years, we had people contest just for the sake of contesting. I think for a lady like Amanda Clinton, she knew certainly that she was not going to win.
Another candidate.
There was George Ankama. He knew 100% that he was not going to win. But because the figure was around 5,000 Ghana cedi, it was a huge platform for them to come and market themselves. And they did that very well. They had the whole of the country talking about them, because the moment you become a GFA presidential aspirant, all the radio stations, all the TV stations, the websites, the blogs, the newspapers will be talking about you. So it's a good platform for you to market yourself for 5,000 Ghana cedis. But here we are with 50,000. So all those who were going to try market people all had to back out because of the figure involved. Now, fast forward, I also gather that those who were not for Ket also felt that, okay, there was already a good someone or a good candidate to contest Ket. And if my message for not supporting Ket is similar to that of George Free, then why am I contesting? Because George already carries the message that I'll carry anyway. So, two, because of similar messages that they all shared with George Free, then it was prudent that they allow him to face Ketokraku head-on. Because you look at the message that Kojo Yanka had, it was around unity in Ghana football, which is a similar message George Free has. You look at other contestants who I spoke to, it was all about, nepotism, the football is not going well, we need a new face. And George had all these messages in his message, or in his campaign. So it was not important for them to contest when there's already a front runner with a similar message. So that's the second possible reason why they all had to back down now and allow George to face Ketokraku head-on 1v1. And I also, you look at the whole election and its support that you need. There are others who felt that they will not be able to canvass enough support within this short period to contest. Because even if you want to be president, you need to start working long ago.
What happened to Nanaya Amponsa? We thought
I think it's because of the Kotoko thing. When Nanaya Amponsa is because of the Kotoko, you look at how that his marriage with Kotoko ended. It ended badly.
Because at the moment, officially, he doesn't have any football club.
It ended badly, and it more or less put a smear on his reputation. And so the timing was a bit too close. If, let's say, the elections were next year, I think enough time would have passed for that whole process, that whole breakup to die down, lay low a little bit, and give him that confidence enough for him to be able to step up and run for the presidency. But looking at how close it was between the breakup from Kotoko and the elections, I think it was a good move for him not to even contest.
That's moving on, for me.
Moving on. So I think these are some of the reasons why the other aspirants backed out. But it's good. I think the two-horse race is good for Ghana football, and the messages are clear. Listening to Ket after his nomination was filed on last Friday, had a very simple message. For him, he believed that Ghana football is still in the good hands. He says it's in safe hands, and so he deserves 4 more years. George Free also had a counter message that the promise of wealth for all is not possible at the moment because of it being a wealth for Dreams FC. So clearly, you could see that there's a contrary opinion here. One feels that I'm doing well, I need 4 more. The other aspirant feels that, no, you're not doing well. The promise you gave us is not what you are doing at the moment. So now the ball is in the hands of the delegates to try and prove that what A is saying is true or what B is saying is true. And for me, as I said last time around, I look at the aura of change yes, there may be some people who want change, but how huge is this change? That's important. There may be some people who want change, right? But is this number huge enough to cause an upset? Now, I look at the Ghana elections all these years, the presidential, the GFA elections all these years. I think that before Nketsia, what we had was more of government nomination, appointments and all, and then the vote. It was Nketsia who started this clear, let's have a GFA delegate vote for their own president. And in his 13 years, they never changed him. So it tells me one thing here, that the Ghana football delegates have never changed their president before. They had a chance under Nketsia. Yes, there were some of the congresses that were shady. We know the story behind congresses that...
The Tamale Congress.
That
Congress. I got a call at midnight. I'll mention who called. I was home at 11:30, almost midnight. I was just about sleeping and my phone rang when I answered. Hello. Nathan, I said, but why are you whispering? Is everything fine? Everything's fine. We are going to Tamale tomorrow.
I mean, how can you do this?
So, we are going to Tamale tomorrow. So the bus leaving at 3 a.m. So just tell us where you are. We'll come and I've never... And hours later...
Congress like a stealth mission.
The acceptance speech was read as though they had put a gun...
I'm telling you, he quickly read it and ran out of the room.
And I promise to do everything for the GFA in the next 4 years. Thank you for... I'm serious. Before the people who had the injunction figured out where the election was taking, the election was over.
So yes, we've had shady Congress and all that. But clearly, this will be the first time that the delegates will have to change a president if they want to. Now, I look at the message that the two parties have. I look at the sort of demeanor of the various delegates, and it tells me something here. It's either they don't want to be vindicated, so they are playing along, so that on the D-Day, they may do their own thing behind the ballot box, or they are really in support of the current system. I've looked at the whole policy, the sort of promises that Ketokraku gave the last 4 years, what he's done so far, and it tells me that, yes, some of the things, people will be like, oh, these are basic stuff that it shouldn't be lauded and all that, but you look at the promise of... what he's done, free footballs for the Premier League clubs, free football for 2 bips for the clubs, 25k for every Ghana Premier League team, the 5,000 Ghana Cedis shopping voucher for Division 1 clubs, the 10,000 Ghana Cedi fuel coupons for Division 1 clubs, the Catch Them Young refereeing policy, the GFA school, the GFA cares, and all that. So
these things have not yielded results yet.
No, policy-wise, in terms of all what he has done, and look at the cons, which are the persistent failure of the national teams. You look at how the Black Stars World Cup group stage, AFCON didn't go well. Under 20 didn't qualify for their World Cup. You look at the maidens and their ban as well. So yes, you look at these pros, look at these cons. Now it's left with the delegates to look at all this and be like, okay, where are we now? What do we really want? Are we okay with what Ketokraku has done in the last 4 years? Or we think it's time for a change? So, for me, weighing the pros and cons, it will be difficult to say whether we need a change or he needs to continue. And I think that every delegate who has that power to vote on September 27 must look critically at all this and determine for himself whether at the moment where they are, is the state of Ghana football okay for them? I remember asking the sports minister this question just a few weeks ago, and the sports minister says, it's okay. Things can get better, but it's okay for him. The Black Stars weren't that terrible at the World Cup because out of 219 countries,
that sports minister should be fired immediately.
We are still
should have been fired long ago. Should have been fired.
Clearly, it's okay for the ministry.
The state of this country.
You can't possibly say that our sports in this...
You look at the World Cup, out of 200 countries, we are part of the final 32. So, for him, it's okay. You look at other areas where we could have gotten better. Our league, for instance, attendance could have gotten better. Publicity could have gotten better. National teams things could have gone better and all that. Even our clubs in Africa, things could have been done to make them better and all that. But in all, I feel that the ball is in the hands of the delegates to look at the situation now. They have the messages, they have their conscience, and they have the power to change or to keep them status quo as it is now.
Let me talk to Coach real quick. There's a vetting coming up next week. Keto Kreku will be in there. George will be in there. Individuals from clubs who want to be ESCO members will be in there as well. I hear the Odro Safos have put up their name once again. Samatex have a rep there. Yeah, who is Samatex's rep?
Samatex.
Yeah.
Samatex.
That's
Edmonaka in there. We have Eloy Amandi. Go to the ESCO. So, I mean,
11 in battling for 5 positions.
If you are the one conducting the vetting process, what will you be vetting for? I mean, at this point in our footballing cycle as a nation, because we are in crisis. The minister in Co might say the state of football in the country is fine, but I don't expect him to say that the football has gotten worse under his tenure. So that's
of course.
What would Nimley want to vet on? Why will Okreku be eligible to contest? Why will Efrie not be eligible? Why will Eloy Amande be eligible to contest? What are some of the things that our people should look at?
Nketsia, Tale, Jehovah Taleni, Jehovah Taleni. Oh, you was about. Hani woye kuni, Eshefio obaye kuni. Numo Nketsia inke. Hani woye kuni, Eshefio obaye kuni. Belenche. Ni be bashe. Yeah, yes, ba mi ke bele she obaje yo wai. Nketsia, I'm telling you, look, Ketokreku, even that first vetting, the one that he passed, no more, he should have been disqualified. I'm telling you today, we all know the means under which he passed through that vetting. You see, if your credibility is at stake, how do you pass through a vetting? This man has multiple names. He's used multiple identities. That'll be the first question I'll be asking Kweku.
Do we know that?
It's factual. It's factual.
Hold on. Like to just investigate that.
He has multiple identity. Look, my name is today, listeners, listen to this is my full name. My name is Christopher Sema Nimley. I don't identify myself by my middle name. I don't have my middle name in any of my documents. So as I sit here today, you can only refer to me as Christopher Nimley when it comes to documentation. You understand? Documentation or proofs of identity. Yeah. Today, if I go to the embassy and I say I am Christopher Sema Nimley, it is not me. If you see any document of mine, unless there is an affidavit to cover that.
Are you saying that on certain CAD documents, he has maybe
I challenge him to come and say what I'm saying is not true.
Hold on. So are you saying that on certain documents, let's say he has
Simon's Oak. No more you own that document.
Yeah. There's
he has several identities. That alone disqualifies him. I'm telling you today. He has used different names to operate in football realms. He has documentation of himself. No commit to a war.
Okay, that's one.
That's point number one.
I think somebody tried to take on this particular issue.
All these issues have been sent to CAF. It's been sent to CAF.
This was part of the issues that were sent to CAF.
That is it. Determining we are waiting CAF. And the saddest thing that we can do as a country is to get through this vetting, and CAF comes with their ruling and say this man he has nowhere near football.
Ben, you look at the official publication from the FA, looking at the submission of nomination forms. President Keto Kreku's name is Ket Edwin Simeon Okreku, and the Simon and the Okreku is hyphenated. There's a hyphen between the Simon and the Okreku.
I think we need to find out officially
in care
what or how
So
that
what that
name
means
is
is
written.
so what that means is his surname is Simon Okreku.
I have seen
this publication.
several documentation that gives that man multiple identity.
That's one. So
he should be disqualified based on that.
let's make
If you want to be truthful, he should be disqualified from that. 2, we all know the FIFA ethics that he has abused. He has abused the FIFA code of ethics. Those articles, he has abused all of them. No, Shanu Carpenter, the head of the national team and the 20 team manager. We will reveal all this truth to the people of this country. He should be disqualified based on how look, the level of nepotism he has displayed. I disqualify him. Because look, CAF, they will bring their verdict. And the CAF I know, the FIFA I know, the FIFA I know. When it comes to, do you see Infantino appointing his mother or his wife, brother, or his sister, or his sister cousin, or whatever you cousin?
Sister.
To go and help
sister.
No. Have you seen Infantino doing that? Go to every association in the world and go and check whether they've done something like that. So this man, everything about him is faulty. He should be disqualified because of these things that he is doing. Now, as for those vying for Amanda Meke, Edmonaka, they should go and vie for their highest position. But I think the number one thing should be based on integrity. If the man's integrity is at stake, there's no way he should. Any of them, whoever integrity is at stake, clear the person away from our football. German have yes, because like a lunch 40. These are not the people we are looking for. And look, Nketsia, apart from you have to check the person's record. Record on integrity, how he's carrying himself. Are there some bad, the person has never been in prison before and all that?
Proper due diligence and background
exactly check. Should be checked. For me, Nketsia, I am happy that it is George Free versus Keto Kreku number 2. Because delegate, you ask yourself, if Kwesi Nyantakyi during his time could only access less than $500,000 from CAF and FIFA annually, and if you look at where Kwesi got our football to, and Keto Kreku annually $1.5 million from CAF and FIFA over 4 years, $6 million. Boss to who?
Boss to the Division 1 teams.
And then what to what?
Let me try and go through.
Look at listeners, I want you to listen to what I am saying. This man, so apart from sponsorship, I'm not even talking about hard cash that has been given to him as sponsor. This is FIFA and CAF alone. $6 million. Yes, let's go.
So we had football and boots to the Premier League. Free football, I think.
Free football
and boots to the Division 1 and Premier League clubs.
Look at that.
We had Bips.
Me, Coach Nimley, I can buy Bips for all the Premier League and Division 1 club in this country. From my own pocket, I can buy it. You, Pitichi, you can buy it. Anybody that talk Bips.
Pitichi, can you buy it?
$6 million.
There's cash.
$6 million. Yes, Bips.
We have 25K for Division 1 clubs.
25,000 Ghana City. Yes, from $6 million. So listeners, pay attention. Yes, let's go.
Shopping voucher, 5,000 Ghana City.
From $6 million. So,
10,000 Ghana City fuel coupons.
Can you imagine? You see, all these from just, look, 6 million from CAF and FIFA within 4 years.
That's the borehole.
But sponsorship. I can build boreholes. You can build it. There is problem. Even the boreholes, the amount of money. The other day, I brought the document here and I came in and explained how much money they are spending on one borehole. Look, we are bleeding with delegates. Look at the state of our national teams. Never in the history of this country have we had all our national team been this shambolic. Never been this shambolic. It has never happened before. Me, look, since I started following football, I have never seen all our national teams suffering at the same time, simultaneously. As if we don't know what we're about. If you look at the way Ketokreku constantly, continually influences player selection into a national team, you need to vote him out.
Are you sure delegates?
I'm saying, look,
that is the question.
You see,
that is the question.
You see, no more bomb it way. When we do the program, I say you should record all this program. I'm telling Ketokreku.
Everything records, don't worry.
If he knows, even the 10 regional chairman that stood behind him, I'm telling him, if we vote today, he will lose. If they were the only people,
I really don't see the change. Coach,
don't worry.
Coach is really calling.
Coach says
we saw them at the Congress.
I said can't worry. After that Congress, the Congress that we have seen the video. Did 66 people vote for Ashko to be suspended? Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
That number was not correct. Those who raised their hand, they were not up to 66. It tells you, even there's a high level of, you see, the integrity issue with this administration is gangantuan. I have seen the video. Ashko have seen the video. The people who raised their hand, they were not up to 66. Even the guy who was counting the thing, he struggled to, and thankfully, there have been still pictures to highlight everybody whose hands were raised at the time. So you can count them within the video and within the picture.
Let me ask you something.
So na can numbers and the concord
So wait.
27 September. They will concord the number in the ballot.
Do you think that Ket is being contested by the strongest possible candidate available?
Yeah, absolutely no doubt.
Okay.
Within the football people, Ket, we all knew how Ket defeated George Free 4 years ago. You would have been surprised if George had not contested him. Tell me what I'm saying is not true. All of us who followed that election, prior to the election, look, I knew of the 2-3 a.m. meeting that Ketokreku had to go to people like Wefra Kweku or Sepama to beg them on his knees for them to gather support for him to win the election. I knew. We all sit here today, we know. So it would have been shocking to me if the one who gave him a proper run for his money 4 years ago had not showed his face to say
but 4 years ago, George called Ketokreku Matra Emakwe and he lost.
That, Nketsia, I'm telling you how he lost.
Okay.
Ketokreku alone wouldn't have given you 11 votes.
Fair enough, but
I'm telling you that you would have been surprised if the man who took the election to at least the 10th time not showed up.
Do you think that George has done enough groundwork? You think he has enough love, enough support, enough backing?
I don't campaign for George Free.
No, I'm not asking you to
listen,
campaign.
When he said, do I think he had done enough groundwork as if wherever he goes, I follow him? He's a football person. And I'm saying that from my knowledge in football, it would have been shocking to me. And we all sitting around this, we all agree that it would have been shocking to all of us here if another candidate, but not George Free, at least had put up himself to contest. Don't you agree?
I would have been surprised. I would have been surprised.
Because of the way the contest was. And if you look at the machinations that went on that fateful day for George to lose that election, you win the election, 2 weeks into your reign, you describe those who made you become president your enemies. Look, there's no enemies in football. It is the lovers of football versus the haters of football. That is the way I say it. Those of us who love football, we've been put aside. We've been relegated. They don't want us to, even when our players go to the national team, they sack them from the national teams. The national under 17, look, I know of colleague coaches who have trained their young players. And when they went there, look, if that was the work we see Nyantichi was doing, my boy Lawrence Atizigi wouldn't have gone through under 17, under 20, and now the number 1 for Black Stars. So, now players here, national team, but if you look at the way this man behaved when it comes to national team collapse alone, embarrassing our teams, left, right, center, You see, and another reason why we should vote against Kets is they lie to the people of this country that when our national under 17 women team were banned, they put up a defense. I put it to the general secretary. I put it to Ketokreku. They never put up any defense to CAF when we were banned. They accepted our ban, and we've been banned for a maximum of 6 years before the girls will show up at the world level again. What do they eat? What have they been eating? That is their career. That is their job. I say, I'm telling you, we will take me personally. My greatest joy will be to see Ketokreku lose the election because he's not good for Ghana football. Under him, we have retrogressed. Our national team, they say Sunday, you say, yo, what's bad? Please bless Midiama. Please bless Midiama and Dreams FC as a football. Let them bring some honor to our football. But in Nketsia, do you see Midiama going past the Nigerians? Football, anything can happen. Have you watched the Nigerian team play of it? There was some 8 teams competition organized. Did you watch them play? The team Midiama will be playing. Did you watch them play? What preparation is Midiama? Look at the state of our football. Our teams are going to Africa without any proper preparation. Do you think God is blind? Who deserves to be qualifying? Who deserves to be qualifying? You cannot even help Gaka. It is under Ketokreku reign that Gaka could not organize even the top 4. What? It is financial. No more $6 million. Say, oh no, Puffy, will be enough. Organize the team and I can prepare what teams that make trouble. You couldn't why some of the $6 million. Who the why kakra? Why? You couldn't why no more. Why if you no can go to Fianume now organize the top 4. Now what teams are teams that are competing in Africa Champions League? They should get some proper preparation. As we said, dear Pichichi, maybe you will be in Cape Coast. Are you going there confident that Midiama has had proper preparation? It's abysmal.
Wrap it up.
What is this?
Wrap it up for me.
Look, I'm on my knees. I am pleading with delegates. If you love Ghana football, you vote out Ketokreku. If you are a true lover of Ghana football, please stand your ground. Money will not buy the conscience of these delegates because they will effect the change. We are on the ground, so we know what they are doing, all the machinations they are doing, and we are telling them for the very first time, it's not about money. It's about Ghana. It's not about money. It's about Ghana football. It's not about money. It's about Ghana football. I repeat for the 4th time. It is not about money. It's about Ghana football. Please rescue our game. Today, course, we have never completed any course season under Ketokreku. He says he's the chairman of juvenile football and he doesn't see the need to give us balls. We have under 12, we have 3 sets of different coaches. He gave us 2 footballs, 2 by how? 2 out of the $6 million. He gives each coach team 2 footballs. You talk? FIFA gives you this money for development and you give us 2 footballs. 2 footballs. No more. 2 footballs. Footballs. How? What is this? Bibs, I can buy bibs for all the Premier League team. We are trusting the delegate. We know the sort of promises they are giving to some of us. That's why we continue to do what we do. No more, I'm telling you, if they were telling us, no more, you forget her, I won't come and waste my breath here. I know. Bekeba blue cash. Or back be a tamale.
Nathan, let's move it on. Let's talk about Hearts of Folk and let's talk about their new head coach. They have a new man in the dugout. So, like I said, they have a man who has coached Al Nassr before, Martin Koopman, Dutch trainer. He's a veteran. He's been brought. He's 67 years old. He's coached at RKC Warwick, if I think that that's correct, and then Al Nassr. So that's the experience they brought in. My thing though is expert coaches. I've always had a problem with them. Matic is the latest example. What have Accra Hearts of Folk put in place to ensure that the Matic episode does not repeat itself again? Why are we getting another expert coach for Accra Hearts of Folk when they haven't solved the mystery of the last one?
But the mystery of the last coach, we all know. We all know how he left. Fans went to chase him out.
So, but that's what I'm saying. What is the guarantee that they won't do the same to this guy?
So Hearts of Oak as an institution, they need to talk to their fans. Where in the world have you heard
They won't listen.
that fans have gone to chase a coach out before? If the coach is not performing, it is up to the club's management to part ways with him. Fans cannot go and yank a coach out of a job. And I wonder if did Matic not take Hearts to FIFA or CAS or whatever?
Yeah. They took them to FIFA.
Yes. You see, so I think Hearts of Oak is a very simple thing. You've brought in another expert. We wish him the very best. I hope he will be given the free hand to work. 1. 2, I hope the fans will not go and do their things. And Hearts of Oak as a club, it's true, Hearts of Oak as a club needs to protect their coaches. Look, if the coach is not delivering, fans will have their issue. They can rant, scream, shout in the stands and all. But going to take a coach or sack a coach or drive a coach out of a club, that's very unacceptable. So for us, that's what I will say. They just need to make sure that they create the enabling environment for this coach to thrive. After all, why have they brought him? They want success, not so. So very good. So they should create the environment so he succeeds and the club succeeds. For me, that's all I will tell them. They need to create that environment so the coach is successful, he thrives well, and he does what it is he has to do. It's a two-sided argument. Hearts will have to do what they have to do in terms of paying well, providing him with the freedom and space to work, and then he, the coach, will also have to deliver. Hearts of Oak have a standard to meet. Last season was a horrible time for them in the Ghana Premier League. They finished 12th. How many? 2 or so years after winning the league. Am I right? 2 seasons after winning the league.
Winning a
A double. Hearts of Oak are finishing 12th in the league. It's unacceptable. So they will have to learn to handle their business well in the coming season. We don't want to hear that supporters went to the training place to drive the coach out. We will not accept that kind of conduct.
Well, Ben, I look at the new coach that Hearts of Oak have. Yes, it's early days for me to raise concerns, but there's a huge concern I have to raise.
Please do.
And looking at his job, the last time he coached was 2 years ago. August 21 was when he was sacked as coach of Maldives.
As coach of the Maldives?
Maldives, I think he was.
So that's where the connection comes in with the technical director. Rene Hiddink also.
Exactly.
Rene Hiddink served as the assistant coach of the Maldives.
The Maldives, the mobile ball.
So that's where the connection comes in.
Now listen to this.
Maldives, their holiday destination.
Before he went to Maldives, Ben, he was at Aruba, coaching Aruba.
Oh yeah, he was at Aruba.
Holiday.
From Aruba manager from 2017
Did he coach Fiji as well?
2019.
You see,
Maybe Bali. Add Bali and Fiji too. Then we know what we are getting.
So you look at when he left Al Nassr to RKC Valvik and how he had to go to the Aruba, Maldives, and then the last 2 years he hasn't coached yet. You see, that's where my huge concern is that a coach who hasn't been involved for the last 2 years, to go and bring him in. It gives me that Milovan Raivac second coming vibe, where we were so desperate to the extent that he had left the Thailand job and then we went to bring him. And clearly you could see that Coach Milovan, when he came, had forgotten how to coach.
Dead ideas.
So I look at such a coach, I'm like, couldn't Hearts of Oak have gone for someone at least who was quite active? Mm-hmm. Yes, but once again, I understand this is a recommendation from Hiddink, Rene Hiddink and all that.
Let me just say that. The people at Hearts of Oak, in 13 years, October rain, how many times have they done the right thing? So don't be surprised when you say you are surprised they didn't. This is their level.
But
this is what they do.
They have a chance to better things now.
And I'm saying this is who they are. This,
it's like they're starting from ground zero. Because if you are 12, because it's like they're starting from ground zero. Because if you're Hearts of Oak and you end up finishing 12, it's more or less like starting from the scratch.
For me, I think that they had it right with the Buedu appointment. His sack
at the time. Buedu was the best in the country.
And he was young.
That's how many times have they done the right
but
appointment?
Post Buedu, I think when Slavko Matic came, the fans were like, okay, let's just see what he brings on board. Clearly, you saw how it ended. And I feel that having another chance to bring in a coach, because after Matic left, they had to, make way for Oklu to just finish the season. Now they have a clean slate to bring in a coach, and they bring in such a manager. Yeah, he's not started a job yet, but I have concern about the last time he worked. Obviously, he has no experience with our local game. He has, from now to when the league starts, September 15, just I think 1 month to get to know his players. And this is where, once again, the team needs to do more because, coach, the team must try to come out and let the fans know the level or what they expect from this. Because he has been unveiled. Yes, what are the objectives for the season? What do they want from this coach that the fans must accept? Because, see, let us speak about the fact that the fans didn't do this. But the thing is, you brought in a new coach. Have you told the fans what exactly you want from the coach?
The playing style.
If you don't tell the fans exactly what you want at the end of the season,
House of Folk. The aim every season is to win the title.
No. But check the profile of the coaches they brought in.
This is a title-winning coach.
Doctor.
Hold on.
Dr. You remember the statement he made that led to the firing of Samuel Boedo?
Yeah.
He has to come back and tell the whole country, Hearts of Oak supporters in particular, that he has changed the standard. He's dropped the standard. If until he does that, this coach is expected to win the league.
I agree with you 100%.
He is expected to win the league hands down.
This is not a
Hearts of Oak supporter.
When Boedo was being brought in, he had not won a league title before.
Yes. When no Hearts of Oak supporter will accept anything different.
With Boedo's case, he had got closer to the league before the Anat expose and then the thing struck. So he was more like
the coach is already going to fail. Do you know why he's going
to fail? For him, he's
going to fail.
For this coach.
Who did the recruitment for him? Akambi, Odote, Opari, Amamihi Ople, Santime. He's already failed. Failed hands down. And then do you know what he said? He said they'll be playing tiki-taka. Pitches. These are pitches. Tiki-taka. You cannot use 6 million to develop our pitches. Tiki-taka. You've already failed. Because Brekum Chelsea Stadium,
Golden City Park.
They do FINRA there. They do Mook. They bring in artists. They go and step on using their Mook. They grass.
I haven't had Mook in the last 15 years.
Look, even the Accra Sports, they look at the tape. When you go to that, look at how do you play tiki-taka here? He said he has the Ajax way and the Barcelona. No more fail.
See, the last coach to promise us about tiki-taka was Sergio Tranquil.
Charlie, let's not do this.
You've mentioned a name.
Let's not do this.
After one or two matches, he came back. He didn't ever say tiki-taka. So
I promise.
Hoopman clearly does not know the pitches he's coming to play football on.
That is, you see, it tells you how poor Hearts of Oak plan as a team. You should be telling this coach that, look, our pitches here will not allow you to play tiki-taka.
So don't come and make that promise.
Tiki-taka, leave the job and go.
You see, this one, just a quick one. You see, with Kotoko, Dr. Prosper Natiogu at his unveiling, he unveiled 3 stages. Kotoko would have to go through. So clearly, he's defined what the supporters are to expect. That they will build a team filled with young players who they will groom in the next 2-3 years. And he said by the 3rd year, then something big will be coming their way. But with these appointments, the appointment of these Dutch coaches, one as a technical director, one as the head coach, the same thing is likely to follow. Because what is the Dutch style of football? Or what are the Dutch noted for when it comes to football? Playing with youngsters, playing with flamboyance, elegance, playing out from the back, total football, possession. Not necessarily.
The Johan Cruyff's way.
They play to express themselves. Winning comes a bit later. That is what they should be educating their fans on, because Hearts fans they're a big club, and so naturally they're a little bit impatient. So when they start out the season and things are not necessarily going their way, they should exercise patience. But who is preaching that patience to them at this point in time? They are not doing it.
The doctor who
they should
board,
be doing it.
A very renowned board member. They run Hearts of Oak on a daily basis, and they'll have to drop the standard.
And with Koopman, and he has a little bit of history with Ghana football. He served as a scouting director for Red Bull Ghana.
Oh.
Yeah, he said as a scouting director for Red Bull Ghana. That was between June 21, 2013 and June 30, 2014. So he has a little bit of...
At least a year.
And where was his expertise, or which part or stage of football was he associated with?
Talent identity.
Youth.
Coach,
And
I did the late. I'm a tower player.
you get it. And so it's all focused on youth orientation, youth development. And once you have a lot of youthful players on your team, you should expect mistakes. You should expect naivety. And those things are the Hearts fans ready to accept it. That is what the management, after appointing these guys, should be doing.
Let me get to other stuff. Let me talk to Nathan about Midiama Sporting Club. CAF Champions League. First of all, I've not been too happy with how the game itself has been marketed. I feel like in a climate where there's no local football, this should have been a bigger spectacle than we are expecting. And it's been taken to the Cape Coast Stadium.
The FA doesn't have any role to play, according to Ketokreku. It's your game. Go and market your game. Let your supporters come and watch your game.
Yeah.
This is a national affair.
Yeah.
I'm not going there.
Remo Stars.
Yeah.
Nigeria, they look like a very well organized team.
Yes. I'm with you on the promo bit. I'm quite surprised that we've not heard a lot more about this. I thought that, and I'll kind of go at the club and the FA at the same time. I felt that. You know, I felt we'd hear a lot more from Midiama on this game. Yes, I know they've granted a few interviews here and there, but I thought that they would make some more noise on this. Their socials have been very quiet. And so I'm quite surprised. I'm also quite surprised that the FA hasn't also backed them up with, you know, some more promo or just highlighting what it is they are doing, because they are representing all of us and they are representing the GFA. So I would have expected more. So the game itself, Midiama need to understand this, that it will be a test because, one, they haven't played in this type of competition. I mean, the CAF Champions League before. They have played in the CAF Conference. I remember back in the day, in the time of Tom Strand, and I remember when they went to South Africa and all the episodes that came with that. So Midiama will have to understand that they are coming up, one, against a team they don't know too well. Two, a team that may have better rhythm than they do. And three, they need to understand the weight of expectation. Now, Ghanaian clubs have not done well in Africa in a very, very long time. So Midiama should understand that they are going against a lot of history. And they'll have to do whatever it takes. Because you see now, the journey to the CAF Champions League group stage is shortened now. After this, the next round. After the next round, you are in the group stage.
Taking away that playoff
all
round.
those things. In the next round, they take on Horoya over 2 legs. So Midiama, but most importantly, they need to think about this game first. Get it over and done with over 2 legs. It will be a tough ask. I see that they've been recruiting here and there. Are they ready? Do they have the experience? It's a challenge.
See, the way we do things in this country in Nketsia,
it's a challenge. It's a major challenge.
They should have played in some high pro. They had a friendly match that was supposed to be played that was cancelled.
Yeah, they played against Asco de Cara of Togo. They lost the first one, but the second leg was cancelled.
Yeah.
And then since then they've just been around,
and some of these things they will show. They will show along
match fitness.
They will show
the perfection of tactics. The passing of the ball, the weight behind the ball, technique, players experiencing the situation regularly to get them to think through better. All these things have been denied these boys.
You know,
the last competitive league game was played when? When did we finish our league?
We are in August, around July.
Early July.
So these guys have not been playing good football for 2 months.
Whatever it is, we wish them the very best. If they succeed for all of us. And they will have to understand that it's a tough order. But
as for me, the way I do my things, the Nigerians will have to qualify. I don't do my things like that.
You mean if they haven't prepared well, they don't deserve to qualify?
Why do you deserve to qualify? Because you see, when people are doing the right thing, we want to find short way to gain.
Skip scenes and go.
As for Chris, we can only wish them well. But the point is that I think whatever situation Mediama is in, it's not unique to them. It is a perfect picture of where we are as a country. Why is it that we play a league season? We know we'll get winners from that campaign. They will go and represent us. So between Mediama and the GFA, they could have come out with a program to help them prep for it. Of course, the club itself
would have been
to play preseason competition. Yes, top 6, top 8, whatever.
Why $6 million? Nibi? They can organize the thing.
And the worst part for
if you are
Mediama,
proactive, if you are a proactive FA, I would have done that in Nketsia. You would have done that to prepare our team, because it's like we've been away from this thing for too long.
Yep.
Our teams are we have been disgraced
They
too many
just
times.
don't have the
and the worst thing for Mediama
Chikapi,
is that
sponsorship, Chikapi, TV right, Chikapi, no Chikapi, Onyo Jachka, Otachka, no Cafe Cafe.
and the worst
Before
part
you
is for Mediama is that they wouldn't be playing in Takwa.
Look at
They'll be
that.
playing at the Cape Coast
Away
Stadium
from
because their new TNA stadium is not ready yet. If according to Pashoka Koto, should they get past this round, then they will be able to play in Takwa, where they will have all the support.
I think they should have brought this game to Accra. Honestly, look, Cape Coast attendance. I don't know if anybody's been taking notice of attendance at games at Cape Coast. Even Black Stars games. Even Black Stars games, attendances are extremely poor, and I don't know if it's the location of the stadium. I don't know.
But the location is fine. It's just behind UCC.
I don't know if Cape Coast people's interest in football has dipped, because, like I'm saying, even Black Stars games with all the stars coming to town, they literally need to beg the people to go, and even that, they don't get to half the capacity of the stadium. So
and that stadium is the smallest we have in the country.
I'm not sure how Mediama are going to garner support for this game.
Sure, but I look at the opponent they are facing, the Remo Stars team, and I think that Mediama, for me, are slight favorites. One, you look at Remo Stars in Africa, they are, you go to Nigeria and talk about the Yimba and all that, but Remo Stars are not really that powerhouse.
The Nigerian champions, aren't they?
No, they finished second in the Nigerian league and all that. They're not really second. But on a Nigerian football scale, Remo Stars are not at the level as a Yimba. If it was to be a Yimba, I'd have been quite worried. And for them also, their last time their league ended was way some months ago. So they've not even played active football yet in Nigeria.
They were playing some tournaments.
It's more like
8 teams tournament. They've played.
Just a
At
warm
least
up.
they've played to keep them fit.
For me,
Small post,
I think Mediama can pick the
small post. Gutter to gutter.
Don't do this. Don't
Don't
do this. Let's go. Let's pitch each other. Don't do
Mediama
this.
can pick solace in the fact that the last time they were in Africa, they did well. They did well in the CAF Confederations.
Guys,
Cup.
just to interrupt. News flash from Germany. Can we guess what it is?
Hurricane is doing his thing.
Hurricane has scored.
He's given an assist and he scored.
Yes, Hurricane has scored.
Defenders say.
Zanla.
Thank you. Pichichi land for me.
So for me, yes, I think that it's not that bad for Mediama Sporting Club. What they need to do is try to have the home advantage. Yes, they may not be playing at the favorite grounds though, but I think in Cape Coast, they have a slight advantage.
Cape Coast people, we beg you, Sunday, go to stadium. We beg you. I don't think the rates are outrageous.
Ben, but you see,
Mediama know how Africa is, and they know how important that first leg advantages are in all that. It's not as bad as we may look at it from here. I think they have a slight advantage to make the first leg.
I mean, look,
go to Nigeria and then wrap up qualification. It's not that bad
over
for
2
me.
legs. Mediama will get beat.
let's see how that plays. I feel like they are a resilient club, but again, like you always say, preparation always helps. Nathan, you wanted to make a point.
I just wanted to just zoom out and just look at the bigger picture a bit. And you know, you talked about attendance, guys. It's just when people are not going to the grounds to watch the game, it's because the game is not attractive.
Simple as that.
Because the game is not enticing. Who has ever paid money to watch something they don't like before? Think about it, guys. Like you are at work, and then Friday afternoon you say you are hungry, and then you walk to the food joint only to go and buy food you don't like.
Who do that?
Think about it critically.
No, but would you spend your money on something that you don't really like?
So there is a bigger conversation we need to have about why people are not going to watch the games. It's because the game is not exciting. It's not enticing. People don't want to watch it. There's nothing fun and nice.
1,000 Ghana per player salary in Ghana. Even 4 years you can do
better.
Let's talk about Dreams FC real quick. PGG, handle that for me as well. They're a team you've been keeping an eye on. They are in Conakry. Milo FC?
No, you saw
they
the
take
outfit when they were going. Many dress, many top, many I'm college.
Don't do this. Don't do
No more top, baby.
Don't do this.
No more.
They want to wear rainbow colors.
Oh no more.
Waiting concern you with
Well,
your rainbow.
president team. And dressing, dressing. I will.
Which president is this?
Yeah, every president. We short get him there again.
PGG, quick thoughts on the Comfort Cup. Milo FC up against Dreams FC.
FC.
Yeah, sorry.
Karim
Well,
Zito. He's my only hope.
Oh, tracking and getting free. Oh, Charlie.
Well, so-
you track them, get free, and bring us the results.
Yes, they're in a similar situation like Media Sporting Club. No competitive match for them to play because of how our football is structured here. I think they were involved in this preseason games. They played against Summertext in their first preseason game. They won that game by 2-0. They faced the Black Galaxies as well, and here they are. Looking at the Milo team as well, they are not really a powerhouse in Guinea. They finished third last season under Horoya and Hafia, and it tells you that they are not coming up. Experience in Africa is similar to Dreams FC. They are both novices and all that, but it's a game where Dreams FC can rely on the experience of Karim Zito. He knows African terrain so well. He knows what to do, and I'm sure that going to Guinea, the objective may be simple: not to lose in Guinea, because it's very important when you are playing on the African continent. Your away games, you must try to keep up a responsible scoreline so that your home match you can have the advantage. So they know what to do. I think the experience of Karim Zito will work the magic for them out here, and also the return of John Entry, their former striker, is a huge one for them. With so much
John Entry is back at Dreams
he's back
FC.
at Dreams FC. With that experience he's had in Egypt and all that, I think that they can rely on his experience.
See, football, you are not fit. Forget more.
But the experience can sometimes help you get over the line.
When your form
And I
is
think
good, that is when the experience comes to you. But when your form is not good,
they've not had any competitive game, but they can rely on this little experiences and then get the
Let
job done.
me read some messages and then we'll get to some foreign stuff. Jude from Kakasunaka says, I wonder what informed Chelsea in making James and Chilwell captain and vice, knowing very well they usually captain the medical staff for most part of the season. I wondered what made Poch drop Silva and made James a leader of children. I hope Mikel finds a solution to that party right back DM role. It's only good when we sustain the press, but dangerous when the opponent plays through it. Ebenezer from Nungwa Brigade, best taste fried rice joint. Charlie, no be small marketing. Say come Monday, Arsenal will surely be Palace, and Man United will take the beating. Will take the beatings of Spurs. This one here says, come and see me laughing out loud in my room. The prayer is lit. Pious with that one. Susanna from Winneba says, I was just waiting for the prayer. Ring the bell. Amen. Amen. This one here says, everyone has seen the abysmal leadership of Ket and what he's offered since he was elected, but I predict that he will win. Why? Because most of the stakeholders have the same mindset and heart of greed and selfishness. It's exactly the same with national elections. We vote corrupt politicians when they have power and start ransacking, looting, and kidding and kickbacking, etc. And the population wonders. Hypocrites. I call Adjei from Shy Hills. Farouk.
I think you mispronounced the particular word.
What's he saying?
Ransacking, looting, stealing, and what?
What's he?
CAD.
So, ow.
Do you know what that means?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised you are not catching it. Let's run the initials. C.
corruption.
A. D.
Let's leave it.
Oh, we are still not catching it.
No, like it.
Cecilia.
Oh no, let's not. Let's not do it. No, man.
What investment for actually? Women low
I beg you.
This
one here, Farouk headliner from Lakeside Estate says, they say transfer window. My owner 10 arm to door. I'm so proud to be a blue, Charlie. Okay. This one says, since yesterday, the weather has been what? Hey, Charlie. Can you puka bell any
Arsenalina?
Charlie, this guy is misbehaving. Jefta from Madina says in Nketsia, Charlie, listening to Sports Panorama and drinking puka hits different, oh bro. I know that feeling. Esianyo from University of Ghana says, what a fantastic day to relish life once again and witness the finest sports spectacle in the city. Nowhere else could be more delightful than the Sports Panorama, especially this week when a notable English club turned disappointment from Caicedo and Lavia's rejection into triumph with Endo. The irony couldn't be made more perfect. Also, almost like you never walk alone scenario. Once again, Puka energy drink worked its magic this week, providing a best of energy. Let's get rolling, okay? This one here, watches 6 CDs. Shit on Kwan, our good friend. Oh, Charlie, big ups to you. Says, oh, GFA, Kurt must go. Please, can you guys update us on United's takeover? There's no update, please.
United takeover.
And your transfers there, I will update you on your transfers very soon. He says, I'm enjoying. Oh, I'll update you soon. I'll update you soon. Good evening. He says, let's go. Let's get to some transfers. Let's talk some transfers. This week, very interesting deals. Let's get into it.
A don that also is don't call me time. One place, May, for sale, 120 cheap. Don't call me, oh, don't call me. We dey loan this player $1,000. Don't call me, oh, don't call me. For the striker, we can consider. Don't call me, oh, don't call me. No, they see you use. Some goals are sunset tourists. Now one time she goes a place of goals. Now on one yard drinks a TVs. And then your coach can come at home. A don that also. Don't call me, oh, don't call me. Let's go. It's don't call me time. Don't call me, oh, don't call me. It's don't call me time.
Charlie.
Yo, don't call me. Catch that. Tina Boga. Don't call me, oh, don't call me. Catch that. It's don't call me time.
Meda say one man with Johnny Evans. Oh, Johnny Evans, nyame. Oh, 2023. No, relax, coach. See, this when relax. You see, when this thing first started, they said Johnny Evans is training with United to keep fit as part of what. Today, we have heard that Eric Ten Hag is pleased with what he's seen.
Nice one.
And he says that Johnny Evans, one contract for you. One contract for you, my boy.
Is he?
Good.
Is he? If you know Eric Ten Hag, who do you think he's having one at? It's telling Maguire, get out of this club.
But Maguire is not going anywhere.
Evans will play before him.
It's obvious.
Evans will play before Maguire.
I think at this point, Maguire understands that Ten Hag doesn't want him.
Exactly.
That is why he himself. Because this manager,
he's ready to prove himself as well.
I'm happy to have you around. The next thing it's up to him. He should decide his future. Yeah, he has to prove it. No more your captain's ban your day. You've been stripped of your captain's ban. That, in my view, is the clearest of message.
But why are you getting Johnny Evans?
I'm saying Evans' contract you hear, it will be 6 months contract. If Maguire stays, Evans will remain. But he won't go. No, I'm going to Glazers. I'm FT team. Manager team, she team FT. My United transfer window is classified as 4/10. 4/10.
I tell you,
4/10. I mean, if they don't buy Amrabat and bring in another central defender and another striker, they should forget about even top 4. Look, it is clear that Casemiro needs help. He's not going to get that help from Bruno and Mason Mount. No.
After 60 million?
Mason Mount is not a DM. Okay. And in this league, look at all the good team, all the best team.
Everybody's buying a specialist DM.
Even Liverpool.
It's okay, you relax. Don't do that. It's okay, relax.
Look at Man City. Look at Liverpool. They are struggling. No more Akagbena. Japani, no more.
Wataru Endo.
But do you know if United were to go and buy this player, you know the noise Liverpool people would have
exactly made. They would have made lots of noise.
Concentrate on Johnny Evans.
Focus on
Evans.
Focus on Evans.
Focus on Johnny Evans. That's what we are talking about.
With an eye on Wataru.
as for me, for as long as Maguire stays, I don't come in the Evans move. I don't have a problem with it.
Nathan.
I know he will not play.
Because
he will not even play in the Carabao Cup. He will sit there. He will only play when people. But Maguire only plays when Varane and Lindelof they get injured. So if they get injured, Evans will come. Then Maguire will sit there. So I don't.
And Luke Shaw will play alongside him.
Finish.
No, the thing is simple. One asset that Johnny Evans has that fits into Ten Hag's system is his passing ability. He passes well.
But
he passes well.
What about the high line?
The high line.
How does he come up for the high line?
Exactly. That's why that's where I have a problem with they still dilly-dallying over this Evans thing. I have always said that Man United love this over sentimental stuff. You have to be ruthless. What the moment they had him hovering around the team, I smelled something. I knew that something was wrong. And so this, I'm not surprised that they want to keep him for at least 6 months or 8 months or for at least 1 year. I'm not surprised. But looking at the positive side,
not bring us the money to buy another centre back because we have to sell to buy.
Yeah.
But look at my Manchester United will have to sell before they can buy players. Glazer,
but looking at the positive side, one thing that Johnny Evans brings to the Man United backline that Harry Maguire doesn't bring to the table is his passing ability and his experience at the backline. That's it.
Evans pass
Both don't have speed. No, both don't have speed. Both don't have speed.
Them cannot run.
They cannot run. So bring one who can pass.
Seeing them
Johnny Evans will be starting Premier League. Nathan.
Confusion. Ben, how long have I been talking?
So long.
About Manchester United.
So long.
And this,
do you know what they are doing? The Amrabat deal.
Emotive
they are
thinking.
delaying the deal so that they'll buy. Because they know that if they buy Amrabat right now, the United supporters will come. Now you bought Amrabat. Go and bring her this one. We want this one. They are running. Sima Jolly Padie.
You see, I've always said it. I've always said that Manchester United Football Club. And every season, I always get proven right that a day will come that Harvard business students, Business 101, when you are doing your MBA, there's a course they'll teach how not to run a business.
Yeah.
And then they'll use Manchester United
as an example,
as your case study. I've always said it. That this club, when you think they are getting things right, then they start to do all kinds of ridiculous things. Man United clearly has a problem with their squad. And I'm going to say something I never thought I would say. For the first time in Erik ten Hag's career as Man United manager, I'm beginning to look at him and wonder if his choice of players really makes sense.
It is coming up. It's a growing conversation.
Anthony.
No problem with that.
They say he spent.
That's Anthony done. He's playing well. Oh, good. What are you talking about?
Relax.
Last time he was average.
See, coach, relax.
Let me finish. Let me make my
Let him make his point.
I'm saying that.
You can make it.
Coach, relax.
Let him.
Anthony,
Relax.
Oh, man.
Make your point, Nathan.
See, and you can't have a player for one season. And yet, at the start of another season, there's no sign of the player taking steps forward.
Monday. The whole team, apart from Onana and Varane, everybody was
I
bad.
get you. Everybody was poor.
You get a chance to respond.
Maybe I'm.
Hammy, Anthony statistics for nurses.
You see, maybe I'm.
Please pull it up for us.
Maybe I'm overreacting.
He didn't have double figures in any category.
But guys, let me finish. The point, I'm just making a very simple point.
That Grealish make have now double figures. Salah Perry now double figures.
Bukayo Saka had double figures.
Guys, can I make
Gabriel Martinelli.
Why won't you allow him to talk?
Let's Nathan. Please stop. Nathan, please stop.
So, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe Monday was a bad day.
For the entire team.
Maybe they will improve.
Surely.
But
they can
Ben,
only get better.
when I look at that performance from Monday night, and to think, and again, I kind of partly blame the manager. Look, and I say this, during preseason, when United beat RC Lens 3-1, in the first half, United were poor. In the second half, they scored 3 times. How did they score 3 times? Ten Hag made certain basic tweaks to his team. The first tweak he made that Saturday was tell Mr. Mason Mount, come, come and sit by Carlos Casemiro and vary your rant. Don't go too far. Stay with him. Give him company. Give the team balance. United were fine. So to think that after 30 minutes, when all of us watching around the world
could see
what was wrong, I was quite surprised Erik ten Hag did not change anything. And he let it travel.
The whole team, including the manager.
Until they brought on Eriksen. Maybe it was opening night nerves. Maybe pressure, whatever. United have their points. But the point I'm making is that I think Erik ten Hag needs to stop this cycle of, I know what to do, but let me create a small problem and I come back to solve it. Teams have gotten wiser over the close season. You cannot create a problem for yourself and hope that, I can turn it around, because you never know what kind of opposition you will get. Maybe one day you will not get the chance to turn it around. And teams are more ruthless. I say that even though United have added, I still think they are a very predictable team.
Of course. No, you have Tomini, you have Maguire, you have
Chris. Tomini and Maguire did not play.
Let me ask you something,
The point
Chris.
I'm making is that I still think
leave for us to bring
with all
Anthony could not win one-on-one duels
with
with
all
against
the additions.
Aït-Nouri. Anthony couldn't win one-on-one duels against Aït-Nouri.
Hold on. Let me ask Coach about. You seem to put up a very spirited defense of Anthony.
Exactly.
Every time his flaws are called into question. Are you saying that? Look, are you saying that Anthony has hit the heights you expected, and that as far as his game is concerned, there are no weaknesses in his game?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, what are you saying?
Yao and Nathan and those
And
who
all United fans
they
believe that Anthony is not good enough.
They think that if Anthony picks the ball, he should dribble the fullback.
Not really. But
Wait. Let me learn. Wait.
I just want to clarify something.
You wait.
We are not saying that Anthony should dribble everybody.
But what should he
do?
do?
Ben, when you listen, Ben, you see,
what every good chance that we create comes from him.
You see.
Let me just give you a winger. Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka.
They are different types of wingers.
They are either Bukayo Saka and Anthony are the same type of wingers.
So look at the way Arsenal is. Do you think Bukayo Saka is single-handedly performing well because he wants to perform well? It's the team. It's the team performance.
So you mean to say that United must perform well for Anthony to perform well?
United as a unit will have to perform well for individuals to excel within the unit. That's the way it works. We couldn't pass our midfielders couldn't pass the ball. How many times did Bruno Fernandes got the pass right? Messi Mouse, even Casemiro.
But again, if you give your winger a ball, he's supposed to take on players and create chances.
He took on players. The chance that Rashford got, who created it for him? No more, come on, you're not tree. Man, you be a thinker, you're not tree. But
you don't do Natri with 100 million players. You don't do Natri with 100
No, he doesn't play on the rope. He plays on the pitch.
Let's talk about Wataru Endo. He is 30 years old. He has signed for Liverpool. Former captain of Stuttgart. He's a captain of the Japanese national team as well. Jürgen Klopp has been roaming for a DM. I think this is a stopgap option until they find who they really want.
And for me, I think that it's what Liverpool need. We saw in that game against Chelsea how important it was for Liverpool to get a proper DM. He played Szoboszlai, McAllister as a midfielder alongside Gakpo, and clearly it was evident that Liverpool needed a DM.
I don't think it's a stopgap move.
I'll give props to McAllister. I was very
he did so well in that role.
I was very impressed with him on Sunday. I did not think he had it in him to be as disciplined as he was, but I was very impressed.
Exactly. And you look at Wataru, then no wonder they call him the dual king. You look at what he offers for Stuttgart and all that. In terms of ball possession, he has the second ranked. He's the second ranked player in the Bundesliga with 706 possession. And then look at tackles also. He's made successful tackles of 207 since he arrived in the Bundesliga. It tells you that he can retain the ball when he has to, and he can also equally dispossess opponents when he has to. He may not be that rugged of that DMs where we know of late, where the DM is supposed to be that, but he's more of a flair, the technique. He has that Japanese technique in midfield. When he holds onto the ball, you can clearly see a player who knows what he has to do on the ball. He has some sort of, I don't know, it's like a Busquets
That is
sort of DM.
Talk to me.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's how he plays.
Let me hold on. It's okay.
Busquets maybe.
He's not saying he's
Listen,
He's not saying he's
I'm not saying Busquets too, but he's not that ragged of a DM where you expect him to be.
Talk to me about Endo.
I don't agree. He's what?
A stopgap.
No, I don't agree. Maybe.
No, I think he's the real deal.
Don't be carried away about how much money was.
18 million
It's
euros.
just the age, 30 years.
No.
And he's like I'm saying, I've checked the slate. He's barely ever gotten injured.
Exactly.
If you want disciplined players, go to Asia. You get
the Japanese and all.
So the age, they forget about the age.
Even at look at his record. He's always playing. 35.
I'm saying I've looked at his track record.
Yeah,
he has no major injury
so
on his
endurance
list.
solid.
A DM who is that calm, who will raise the head,
That's
and
all.
pick the pass that will unleash
Wataru.
Salah.
Mo Salah can he be?
Wataru.
Do you know how Liverpool got him? I think it's the new technical director. He told Jurgen Klopp,
I've seen this
forget
one.
about that 100.
Let's get this guy.
Yeah.
Menemoji real deal.
Wataru
Klopp
is
had not looked at him, but they said when they presented him to the Liverpool technical team and they watched his game.
like wow.
For Bob Stuttgart and the national team of Japan. You know, when I heard the name, I went to look at some few things about him. I'm telling you.
You like him?
Oh yeah.
I'm in love with you.
No, you know the
Hold on. Let me.
I'm in love with you. I'm in love with the young. Hey, people will see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People will attest to what I'm saying. When he gets on that pitch, in between Sabolaike, Abuchi, Malista, you see what they
Let me do the numbers game for you. For those who like numbers, so they say Endo versus Bundesliga midfielder since the start of 2020-2021.
Yes.
That's all the way back. Most possessions won in the defensive third. Most aerial duels won, 219. Most clearances, 175. Most headed clearances, 105.
Yeah.
Second most touches, 6,511. Second most passes completed,
The whole Bundesliga.
3,940. Second most possessions won in the middle and final third, 404. Second most tackles, 208.
And he's always available.
And last season, he was third in the Bundesliga in ball recovery, and he led the Bundesliga in headed clearances. And the best thing about this deal for Liverpool is that last season he ranked fifth in chances created from open play. Actually, fourth. He ranked fourth in chances created from open play, and the player who ranked third was Dominic Szoboszlai. So Liverpool is getting this kind of combo plus McAllister in there.
That's a very good.
That's a very good addition.
Yeah, no.
That's a very good addition. And they are building something very, very special on the low key. Because yes, the disappointment will come because he's not as high profile as Romeo Lavia and as Caicedo.
He
And the fact
cost an arm and a leg, but
and
he's
the
a
fact
solid
and the
player.
fact that Romeo Lavia is 19 years. Caicedo is 21,
22, yeah.
and this guy is 30. So that's a little bit of disappointment.
But
But aside that,
for the next 2-3 years, he's there for you. He's
top
there for
level
you.
stuff.
Yeah, he's there.
So the guys have done commit the move. This weekend we don't have time. Just 30 seconds. This weekend we have a big game. I want us to talk about Man City Newcastle just quickly. Let me just take around the table where to go. Nathan, let me start to you. Man City Newcastle. What kind of game are you expecting?
End to end, but I think City will edge it.
City edge it. Nathan, hey, Pichichi.
Yeah, I think City
City take this.
City because of the home advantage.
Remember, Newcastle gave City a really good
best result for Man City, a draw.
Yeah, coach.
No, I think I fancy Man City on this one.
Okay, so Man City get the props. Just a quick one before we go. There's a new podcast out. Yes, it's called the EPL Pitch Side. Episode 1 was with myself, Susu Graham, and Nathan Kwao. Nathan and I will be on the show a lot. There will be rotational third guest, so Coach Yao Pichichi, Wepia, all our guys, Raman, will be passing through the show, so do look out for it. We'll be communicating the permanent time. We had an ad hoc time on Thursday, 8 p.m. For those of you who missed it, you can go to Spotify and check the EPL podcast. You can go to Apple Podcasts as well. and check the EPL pitch side. It's Citi Sports, Citi FM, so you can catch up on everything Premier League. We'll be doing this up until the end of the season, so there's a lot of content to get into. Game Park, proud sponsors of Sports Panorama. If you want to be a millionaire, just catch the newest lottery game on Adom TV at 9 p.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. daily. Just pick up your phones, tabs, computers, and download the Game Park apps on Play Store. You can also play on our website, www.gameparkgames.com, or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9. Easy to play, easy to win. Our odds make a lot of sense. Let's make some cash. That's Game Park apps. Shout outs before we go.
Shout out.
A big shout to Alex Cramper inside Kaswa, and a big shout to Alec Plim of Different Seafoods.
Thank you.
Yesterday I was with 2 of the best Manchester United supporters I've ever known. The man and his wife. The wife is so crazy about United. I'm talking about Mrs. Tina Nambong. And the man, Mr. Bosu, this is Coach Nimley. The 2 of you are the best when it comes to United. Tina 1. Mrs. Tina Nambong 1. Tina 1. I'm so grateful to you and your husband. I really did acknowledge and appreciate the reception yesterday. It was massive. God bless you guys.
God bless you too. God bless all of you. Nathan Kwao, Evan Ofotsu, Manso, Adjei-Mintah, and Coach Christopher Nimley. God bless you for listening out there. Those of you who tuned in, those of you who missed out, the show will be on Citi Sports GH on Twitter, on Spotify, so you can go out there, click on it, and listen to it. If you want to check out any old episodes too, you can do that. Nathan?
I just want to give a shout to everybody who listens to us. But special shouts to a gentleman on Twitter. He was very helpful this week. He sent me some very interesting books on data. So Griffiths Lie, if you are listening, I'm sure his friends are listening. Shouts from me to you were very, very, very helpful. He was helping me out with some stuff. So Griffiths, have a great weekend, and thank you so much for the books and the support.
Charlie, Lipu Mama just sent me some message. Lipu Mama no go chop a house matter. I say Eric Ten Hag is behaving like a Ghanaian herbalist.
What's that?
Relax. Creating his own problems and trying to get antidotes to it. Hey, Lipu Mama, do the club agenda finish. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you guys out there. Tomorrow, we'll be here with the Premier League. My name is Benjamin Nketsia. Show brought to us by Game Park and Bell Beverages Puka. Catch us on the Premier League tomorrow. Until then, keep your eye right here and enjoy the programming.